Shri Matre Namaha. Welcome to Sri Matrika. I am your companion in this journey, and today we gather once again at the lotus feet of Lalita Mahatripura Sundari. In this space, we move beyond concepts to experience the Divine Mother as the very breath of our lives. Whether you are a long-time practitioner or a seeking soul, I'm honored to walk this path of silence, sound, and surrender with you. Let us explore her radiance together. Today, we are going to have a very honest heart-to-heart conversation. We are going to talk about the things people usually hide. We are going to talk about the heavy, silent tears that fall when an earnest seeker is completely alone, wondering why the path to truth has to be so full of outer friction and misunderstanding. Have you ever felt like you're caught in a trap? On one side, you feel a deep, burning love for the divine. You feel a pull in your heart that you cannot explain. It wakes you up at night. It makes you want to dive into sacred wisdom, chant, meditate, and give your whole life to truth. But on the other side, the world keeps trying to push you into a tiny, rigid box. External authorities tell you that you're not allowed to touch the highest truths because of human rules or your background or your gender. And when you try to share the light you have found, you face cynicism, doubt, and ridicule from the environment around you. If you are going through this right now, I want you to take a deep breath, drop your shoulders, relax your mind. You're not doing anything wrong. Today, we are going to walk through this fire together. We are going to connect the dots and show you how a soul finds its ultimate freedom. Let's start by looking at a big, painful truth that modern society and orthodox institutions rarely want to admit. I have deep reverence for all the leaders, spiritual leaders, who are still carrying the torch of spirituality, but I have my reservations on how. There is a deep double standard when it comes to seeking spiritual freedom, and it is a fundamental violation of cosmic law. Think about how the world treats a man who answers the spiritual call. I want to remind all listeners that I'm not here to support one or the other. I'm here to only express my concerns, reservations, opinions about spiritual truth. So, let's go back to the topic. If a man decides he wants to leave everything behind, renounce his worldly ties, go to the mountains or an ashram to find spiritual freedom, what does the world do? The world bows to him. They call him a holy man, a sannyasi. He gets an immediate pass. Even if his mind is still filled with a massive ego, toxic anger, pride, or hidden attachments, society gives him a free pass because he fits the traditional mold of a seeker, and they also support saying that this is the exact work that this seeker has to do. So the doors of institutions open wide and the highest secrets are handed to him in the name of him trying to find the higher truth. But what happens when a woman feels that exact same burning love for the divine? What happens when she seeks that absolute spiritual freedom? Suddenly the rules shift. The gatekeepers step in with caution and restriction. They look at her and say, No, no, no. Your highest duty is purely domestic. Your spirituality must remain hidden, small, and confined within the walls of social expectations. They point to her biology, claiming that natural physical cycles somehow disrupt high spiritual energy, or they claim she must only be a household practitioner. Let us look at this clearly, not through the lens of modern social activism, but through the lens of absolute spiritual truth. To say that a man has the inherent right to seek total spiritual liberation while a woman must be restricted is a direct insult to the Creator. The foundational texts of ancient wisdom state that the Atma, the soul, has no gender. The soul is not male, the soul is not female. The soul is pure, unmanifested consciousness. Light does not hold a passport, and light does not have a gender. If a man filled with ego and aggression is allowed to pursue the highest truths and paths, how can a woman filled with pure, selfless devotion be told she is unready? Ego and pride poison the spiritual path far more than any natural biological cycle ever could. When human institutions build walls based on outer forms, they are violating the core principle of spiritual truth. A soul's right to return to its divine source is absolute, independent, completely free, and equal to both man and woman. To understand how to navigate the cynicism of the world, we must look at two of our greatest guides in history. My favorite, Mirabai, and the young child, Prahlada. Their lives prove that when the divine call comes, no matter what, no human authority has the right to stand in the way. Look at Mirabai. She was born into royalty. A lot of people say that spirituality happens when there is some kind of sadness, disappointment, or failure in life. No, Mirabai was born into royalty, surrounded by palace walls, wealth, but strict social expectations. She was told how to look, how to behave, and what her boundaries were. But her heart belonged entirely to the divine. It was not a choice. It was an absolute takeover of her consciousness. And how did the world react? Her own family, her environment, and the society around her mocked her. They ridiculed her devotion, calling it madness. They told her she was ruining traditions. Because they could not comprehend her deep inner connection, they viewed her as a threat. They went so far as to hand her a cup of physical poison, expecting it to destroy her. Now let's look at Prahlada. He was just a young child, born into a powerful kingdom of Rakshasas, ruled by his own father, Hiranyakashipu. The king demanded that everyone worship him as the supreme power. But Prahlada's soul was already anchored in the ultimate truth of Narayana. The truth. His own father ridiculed his devotion. When mockery didn't work, the environment became hostile. Prahlada was thrown off cliffs, trampled by elephants, and thrown in fires. Why? Because a corrupt, worldly authority cannot stand the sight of a pure soul that refuses to bow to human ego. These stories are not just ancient history, they are the mirrors for the modern seeker. When you start to express your spiritual freedom or wisdom, you often encounter these kinds of hurdles, reactions. Have you ever noticed how the goalposts of the worldly cynicism constantly shift? If you share your insights quietly, they can tell you that you don't know enough. If you deep dive into sacred studies, they will tell you that you're not focusing on basic worldly duties. If you object to bowing down to human forms and human authorities in the name of tradition, they will accuse you of being driven by ego and that you're seeking attention because you don't fit into conventional religious systems. This moving target of criticism shows a beautiful, liberating truth. The world's cynicism is never actually about the quality of your work or your intentions. It is about their own fear. When a soul connects directly to the divine, it becomes sovereign. It becomes genuinely independent. It no longer begs for validation from social structures or human gatekeepers. I'm very carefully using these words so it is not misled or misunderstood or misinterpreted. And that absolute freedom terrifies a worldly mind. They cannot understand an action born out of pure selfless love. So they try to pull you down by calling your sacred work as quote-unquote ambition. They accuse you of wanting a pedestal because their small minds cannot imagine a soul that simply wants to serve as a means, as an instrument to others. In the beginning of this spiritual journey, the outer friction hurts deeply. When your environment, your peers, or your culture trample on your sacred sanctuary, it creates massive waves of emotion inside you. You feel intensely lonely. Your mind tosses and turns like a stormy ocean asking, why is the world so blind to love? And this is not the material love that I'm talking about, the divine love. But if you stay steady in your silent practice, a miracle happens. The energy of the truth begins to burn away your need for approval. Slowly the storm passes. The waves get smaller and smaller. And one day, the world throws its cynicism at you. People who mocked your work, who laughed at your insights, they still do. But you feel nothing. Now, let us sit with this nothing for a moment. To this world, this might look like you've become cold or detached. Again, unattached, not detached. But in reality, this nothing is the most beautiful, sacred milestone on the spiritual path. It is the birth of true Vairagya, absolute spiritual freedom. And again, I remind you, this nothing should come not out of anger. It should come after observation, after going through the storm, after learning the lessons with discernment. And what does this nothing mean? It means that the poison that was given to Mirabai or to Prahlada or The poison of the external world to you, the seeker who is going through this phase, has lost its power. When Meera drank that cup of real poison, she didn't fight the king. She didn't argue. She simply drank it with her mind completely dissolved in the divine, and the poison turned into nectar. When Prahlada was placed in the fire, he didn't hate his father. He just remembered the ultimate truth. And the fire couldn't hurt him. When you reach the state where the cynicism of the world creates nothing inside your heart, you have done what Meera and Prahlada did. Remember, you have done what Meera and Prahlada did. You have taken the poison of outer criticism, passed it through your silent sadhana, and neutralized it. It cannot touch you anymore. You don't argue. You don't need to defend your path. And you don't try to prove your validity to human gatekeepers. You let the criticism fall to the floor and you keep walking. You realize you don't need to be someone to be put on a pedestal. You don't want the heavy burden of managing rigid institutions or carrying the karmic weights of an audience, right? Be a mentor who walks shoulder to shoulder with other seeking souls, sharing the beautiful nectar you have gathered along the way. Your words resonate with people because they carry the weight of a soul that has been tested in the fire and survived. So, my dear audience, as we close our time together today, let us look at how you must walk forward as a sovereign soul. First, stop trying to convince the gatekeepers. Stop explaining your inner calling to a world that is committed to misunderstanding you. When cynicism or rigid dogma rises, wrap yourself in a blanket of holy silence. Very tough, but we have to. You do not owe any human institution an explanation for why you love the source of life. Your spiritual path is a private, sacred communion. Keep it safe within your heart. Second, realize that you are the altar. If the outer world tells you that you are disqualified from the highest truths, close your eyes. Your heart is the temple. Your breath is a sacred offering. The Supreme Consciousness does not sit inside a rigid building that excludes its own children. It sits right inside the center of your chest, experiencing every breath with you. Third, let the inspiration flow without rigidity. If the divine force makes you an instrument, be an instrument. If the divine force makes you talk, talk. Makes you dance, dance. Makes you write, write. Makes you sing, sing. You are just the instrument. Let the divine music play through you in whatever medium it chooses, without worrying about what the critics say. Now the most important thing that one has to do is to look at the gatekeepers and the cynics with soft, compassionate eyes. Be the mother. Imbibe the motherly compassion. They are living in a very small, cold world built by human ego, fear and rules. They cannot see the vast, beautiful sky that your soul is flying in. Do not hold anger towards them. Wish them well on their slow evolution Leave them in the hands of the universe and keep your eyes fixed entirely on the light. You do not need permission from the world to belong to the truth. You already do. Your strength is unbroken and you are never ever alone. You are never ever alone. You are never ever alone. Thank you for sitting with me in this sacred space today. Stay steady, stay in that beautiful silent peace, and let your light shine. I humbly bow down to the Divine Mother, to the Guru Tattva, to all the physical gurus and our families who have helped and are helping through this journey of light. Sri Matre Namaha.